Hello everyone. Welcome to your daily dose of World of Warships Legends. I am, of course, your host, Phoenix61. Thank you guys for following the channel, those of you that do. If not, please subscribe. That really does help me out. We are in the Icarus tonight. This is your, Tier 5, sort of your regular tech line of British destroyers that we play through every once in a while. And you get a long duration sonar here, right? The sonar lasts about 3 minutes, I think. And then we do have like a twist and track like locator on here, right? So we were hunting down an enemy destroyer, right? We're going to be kind of aggressive with him. Geed and a fellow Icarus out there, right? So we know we're kind of a little bit outgunned, right? 2-on-1 kind of situation. We're going to need some help. So we'll go on the defensive here and drop our smoke screen and turn away and try and go undetected, get ourselves out of that situation that we are surely going to lose if we keep moving up, right? So we'll wait for some backup. The smoke on this thing is super short duration, right? But you do get 6 charges of the smoke screen, and then with the, between the sonar and then the twist and track here, I really like having on these ships, or perceptive, whatever it is, right? Where it kind of gives you that little locator halo in the middle of the screen there, showing us where the nearest enemy is. Works out really good. It's super helpful. So we do get lucky there, and we get a torpedo hit on the opposing Icarus. So now we know it's, the tables have turned here. We have the upper hand. We've got backup, right? We've got allies that are close to us that are going to help shoot. Most likely, hopefully, kind of situation, right? Like, so we're gonna go and try and chase him down, right? So we know we've got a minute and a half left on this sonar. If we can keep pushing up through into the smoke screen, we could potentially keep him spotted for ourselves and everyone else to be able to shoot, right? So just going to kind of utilize the the locator halo thing and trying to take a guess on where he might be headed and pick him up and hunt him down, right? We want to try and get those destroyers off the board when the opportunity presents itself, right? And the earlier in the game, the better, right? So we'll keep pushing up on him. I'm not too concerned about torpedoes because we still have the sonar going, right? So we're getting ample time and opportunity to be able to dodge these things. So we'll see them early and we can dodge them. Super easy. And we're able to get the finishing touches on him as well, right? So kind of the strategy you have to take with these ships, right? With this, this is the, the British destroyer line. They kind of all work in a similar way. At least that's kind of how I play them. So yeah, if you got good guns, right? You got decent guns, especially when it comes to the HE shells from the British. And so most, you can't say all, right? But there's a lot of ships you're going to be able to outgun if you get into a one-on-one with another destroyer. Now, not everybody. And then if you're outnumbered or if enemy battleships help shoot at you, right, you're going to be the first one to go down, right? So we knew we were outgunned early on, right? We knew we were outnumbered, outgunned early on. And so we took the defensive measure, turned away, used that sonar to spot any incoming torpedoes, used the smoke to go unspotted, and then we were able to come back in and fight another day, right, and keep playing, right? So, yeah, sort of the number one tactic you should always keep in the back of your mind is staying alive, right? So, so now that this flank is pretty much taken care of, we can go and be aggressive and head towards the enemy base. If you do notice, my teammates on the other side of the map aren't doing as good as we were doing, right? So we were down a ship there for a little bit. Somebody did get a kill, and so now we've kind of evened the score here. Since we've got some battleships behind me that I'm going to guess are going to keep at least 1 or 2 of these battleships over here spotted, I was going to okay, let's see if we can sit in our smoke and do some damage farming with the guns, but that doesn't work out. There's this other smoke screen here that's in the way that's, I'm sure, is not helping, right? So I decided to move out of the smoke and help and do the spotting, right, so that my allied battleships have something to shoot at least for the time being here. Gonna get that torpedo hit, or is it gonna die out? I wasn't sure if he was in range. Oh, yes, we can. There we go. Get the flood there, so that leaves him open to potentially setting fires on him. Oh, nope, yeah, he is flooding. Is he? No. Yeah? No. No. It's not flooding. I thought I saw the damage tick up again. He must have used damage con, though, so I thought I saw it tick up again for another second there. But yeah, we'll just keep, I'm going to kind of reposition here and then we'll head back and start heading towards their base again, right? Since the Shorenhurst, it looks like he wants to move away, we'll take advantage of that, right? He's wanting to kite away from our allied battleships. That's why he's doing what he's doing. So I'll take advantage, and we'll start heading in towards the base. We lost another ship, so now we are down 1, right? 4 against 5 at this point. So we'll see if we can get into the zone, and then hopefully these battleships on my team are keeping at least something spotted. Way we could, my plan would be get into the zone, use our smoke screen, and then see if we can do some damage farming with the guns while we sit and smoke. And then if, New Mexico or any of these other ships want to come in and challenge the zone, we'll have the torpedoes, right? So trying to keep an eye on where he's going and guess where he's going, and then also not run into this island here. I want to try and get into the cap. So we got a decent hit on him there. So yeah, like the suggested torpedo line, right, was kind of guiding me right into the land, right, where, and so I just took a guess, like he's got to go on one side or the other of that island, right? So I shot short, I shot to the right of the island, and it looks like he did turn that way. So we might get lucky with that first torpedo salvo. We'll have to see. And then now I'm trying to just move away because he's kind of approaching our detectability range, right? If you look at the top left, you can see that 6.0 kilometer number next to the mini map, right? That's our detectability range. So we want to keep him at that distance or greater. And then, so what I did was I dropped the smoke in case he did keep moving up. And then that way we can also now fire at these other guys. So we're kind of doing double duty. But we did get lucky and got the, well, not lucky, but we got the torpedo hit, right? So we aimed correctly for once in our life, right? And then, yeah, we'll be able to shoot this Tennessee for a little bit. And then, yeah, as these guys fire their guns, right, even if they go undetected, once they fire their guns, the smoke firing penalty is pretty atrocious for battleships. So you'll still get, every time they fire their guns, you'll still get them spotted for 20 seconds regardless. So, and then this Tennessee, we know he is within our 6 kilometer detection range as our smoke runs out. So we're going to get picked up here. So that's why I kind of started moving away, probably a little bit too late. And then, if he was still going to be really close to us, I would have, taken a couple of cheap shots and fired my guns at him. And then this other Tennessee is kind of low on health, so I'm like, maybe we can finish him off, right? But that's going to get us spotted again. So we were able to go undetected there for a little bit. And then, yeah, we'll see if we can finish this other one off. And then smoke, of course, comes back rather quickly for these ships. So we'll take advantage of that and drop our smoke screen. Looks like that Tennessee is healing, so he's either got a heal going or he's got will to rebuild, and the potentially the destroyer, right, the enemy destroyer might be over there. So we'll send our loaded torpedoes at the closer Tennessee, see what he keeps doing while we continue to try and trigger fires on this guy. There we go. So now we'll be able to get the sort of ultimate test of whether he's using will to rebuild or not here. Either way, we'll get our damage numbers up. And then, yeah, I'm going to start moving away again because our smoke screen's depleting here. Try and just kind of keep myself at that edge of that spotting range so that we can remain concealed if we need to. Another torpedo hit there. At this point, I'm super curious where their last destroyer is. I haven't seen, like, torpedoes or anything recently. And then, yep, smoke screen's back already, so I'm going to use it. Fire on the Tennessee. Looks like he may have used damage con on it. So that'll be good for us. If we can trigger another fire, then he should burn. So we'll just keep aiming high, aim at the superstructure, smokestacks, all that other fun stuff, aim at the deck. So what's best for trying to trigger a fire here? Come on, give it to us. You have to think that, like, while the damage con was running, you're not going to trigger a fire during that, but yeah, alright. So Queen Elizabeth gets the other Tennessee, so that's good for us. And then we'll move away because our smoke screen's about to run out again. So we're just keeping him right at that, just outside that 6 kilometer range distance, right? So it's going to ending up being a close game here. We are technically losing. We're down a ship and we're down on points. We did have, you know, we have to think we were sitting in their zone for a little bit, which prevents them from getting that, like, you know, +2 every so many seconds tick of points. So if we can even the ship count, we potentially would be slightly ahead on points. So I'll have to see how this goes. If we can get rid of this Tennessee, who is low on health, we can get kind of lucky with a torpedo hit potentially here. So I'm assuming he's in that smoke, and that's why we can't see him. We can see our little, like, perceptive halo, you know, locator halo, you know, right up. So if we can get, yeah, we'll just keep kind of taking those guesses. Yeah, he's low on health. We do have a little bit of health left ourselves, so we're gonna use it here just because this is such a close game. And then I noticed the locator had changed from that Tennessee off to the right a little bit, so that's why I had triggered the sonar. Right, it's picking up where their destroyer is now, so I know that destroyer suddenly got closer to me. So that's why I triggered the sonar, and then that gave us that early warning on the torpedoes. And I'm gonna see if I can find him. He's over this direction here, so we're just keeping an eye over there. We're not spotted, so maybe we can go back into the zone. We are, you know, as I suspected, we're a little bit ahead on points now, so we've got an even ship count, 1 destroyer, 1 battleship each. And so since I had been sitting in that zone for a little bit, right, we were ticking up points while they were not. Now they are capturing our base at this point. And there are, what is the cap time? Is it 2 minutes or 3 minutes, right? So, like, all right, we may have to go, I think we've got enough time to go and hunt down that destroyer, so let's do that, right? Like, let's go and get him. We're close enough, we're a destroyer, we've got a decent amount of speed, we can probably get there in time. We've also got our sonar, and we've got decent guns, right? So it's getting close to the end of the match. I can't imagine he's at full health, right? So we'll go pick up the zone and do the defending. And we'll leave our allied battleship to fend off the Scharnhorst on the other side of the map here. Right, so I'm just not firing my guns here so that we don't get detected. We do see that we are also located, right? We see the little, like, arrow located icon kind of towards the top right over there. So we know he's got, you know, perceptive or twist and track as well, so we have to be careful here. So he could potentially suspect us to be coming through this sort of crevice here. And so we're going to just keep an eye out there, right? We've got the sonar going, so if he does send torpedoes through here, just out of suspicion, right, we would have a little bit early warning. And then our battleship ends up going into the enemy zone, so that will be helpful in keeping the points situation in our favor here. And then, yep, as we suspected, here come torpedoes, right? So we were planning for that. We suspected he would do that. And then we get spotted, right? So which means he has a little bit better concealment, but it's a Hatsaru, right? So he's not going to. Most of the Japanese boats don't have as good of guns, right? There's with a few exceptions. There's some ones with, like, Kitakaze at tier 8 is really great. But so I'm assuming we can outgun him, right? So he was kind of lower on health. We've got decent guns on this ship. We've got the sonar, right? He's kind of typically relying on torpedoes to do most of the work for him. And then he's not even firing guns at us, so I'm assuming he was sending more torpedoes, potentially, or lining up torpedoes, right? But we're going to be able to outgun him, so it's going to end him fairly easily here if we can actually aim and hit him. And then I'll turn in just in case he did get torpedoes off here, but I don't think he got any off. So that's going to solidify the win for us here. We got about 30 seconds left here. Don't know if the Scharnhorst got a shot off on us or not. But yeah, we'll be up on both points and ships here as the timer ticks out. And so, yeah, Scharnhorst took a shot at and was looking at our allied battleship, so I took the risk and just for fun was going to try and get a few extra damage points here at the last few seconds of the game while the timer ticks down here. See what we can do. And then, yeah, we'll take a look at the leaderboard, and then I'll quick go through the like the ship modules and the commander build like I normally do. And then, yeah, 2900 XP at tier 5 for a destroyer is pretty good of a score, right? That puts us on top quite easily. And 270,000 silver on the economy tab here as well is always a nice haul. And then, yep, I've got to go back into Icarus. I think I had Wind Roses filtered or something here, so we'll go back to the menu here and pick up the Icarus. Yeah, I do like this, where you can show the branch info now. Yeah, so excellent mobility, maneuverability, short duration, but fast reload when smoke, extended duration sonar, right? So those are always kind of nice when you're walking through or when you're working your way through those tech trees to kind of read those, the general information on what the pros and cons of the ship line are. But yeah, we're using steering gears for slot 2. You don't get a propulsion mod option on a lot of these British ships. And then I was using Philip Vane for this game. So he's a free-to-play commander. Sims is going to get you, he's also free-to-play, get you extra hit points per tier. Mordoff gives me a little bit better reload. I think you could go, if you don't have him, there's a lot of good choices. You could go more concealment, you could go better dispersion, right? Like there's good choices out there. You don't need him, right? So I went sea detectability range for the second row, perceptive for the third row here, right? That's what's giving us that, showing the icon of the nearest enemy ship. Then I had sidestep here, but you could do duration of the smoke, right, if you wanted, and then unstoppable for the legendary perk is kind of typically my go-to. If you watch my channel, you know that's what I'm almost always using on destroyers, with a few exceptions out there, right? But thank you guys for watching my video all the way through. I do Legends videos almost every single day, so if you're subscribed to the channel, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I also occasionally hop on live stream. My live stream schedule tends to be random and tends to be later in the evenings, right, depending on where you're at. I'm Central Time America, so yeah. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again.